Tabe has just released Arc 9 Chapter 30, and this video will be a summary of the chapter. Highly recommend you check out my Arc 9 Chapter 29 summary. Anyways, let's begin. Look at me when you're talking to me. When Emilia kicked Al, Al knew he was in danger. Warning bells went off in his head. However, the thing which struck him more than the attack was that her words hit his core. That he never looks at her properly. That he looks lonely when he talks to her. Al was shocked that she had sensed those emotions. Al clutched his gut. His body was being held by an enemy he loathed. Al grabbed the ice soldier Subaru by its head and ripped it off. The ice Subaru crumbled to dust, with Emilia shocked. It was fragile, as fragile as the original Subaru. Al threw the Subaru head back at Emilia, who caught it. The ice was spreading over Al's chest. Roy, who was still pinned to the Earth Tower, states that it's game over, telling Al he knows what to do. Al didn't need the advice from the Sin Archbishop. He used the sword to cut his stomach and stop the frost from spreading. Then he used earth magic to seal the wound. Emilia, seeing this, tells Al that he cannot do this for every part of his body. The area around him got cold, and Al says he would call her angry face cute, but Emilia is terrifying. The ice Subaru head in Emilia's hand reformed and started stretching. Al comments that the ice Subaru looks like the real thing. Emilia says that even Ram and those in the mansion praised it. Al says he believes Subaru probably made a different sort of face when he saw the ice soldier Subaru, and Emilia asked how Aldebaran knew. Al says because it's the last face he would ever want to see. Al says she should have molded it into someone reliable if she wanted ice soldiers, and Emilia says that Subaru is reliable. Al says that he'll keep his mouth shut then. Al clicks his tongue. His domain relied on mental stability, and a meta character like Emilia shook Al's mental state. He knew Emilia would be near the royal capital, so he planned to quickly get Roy and escape. He didn't expect to be tripped up by some damn Zodabug. Felt learned the information about the Pleiades watchtower from one of the twin sisters. However, instead of keeping that information to herself, she relayed that information to Emilia and others. Priscilla once judged Felt to be a worthy opponent. This was a sign that Felt was of true royalty. Emilia had ice gloves on, and the ice soldier Subaru was doing the Gear 2 pose from One Piece. Al tried to copy her ice brand arts with earth brand arts, but their quality was bad, and Al couldn't summon allies from dirt like Emilia could. Not only that, the thought of harming her or even scratching her twisted his conscience. With Reinhard and Subaru dealt with, the most dangerous foe was Emilia. Al looked in the distance and saw a dragon descend. Alkanica was Al's trump card, but if it landed in a noble district, it meant someone stronger than Ye had arrived and they were under attack. He could rewind his authority and call Alkanica back. Ye and Felt weren't necessary to his goal. Al then mutters, "God damn it." He had planned to use Plan A, which was using the dragon to blow away the ice field and escape, but now he had to come up with a new Plan B. Al points to the dragon, saying that it will tear up the place, but Emilia says it isn't her concern. Emilia ignored the dragon. Her resolve showed that she trusted the person who made this plan. Emilia punched Al, who blocked it with an earth shield. An ice spear was then lunged at him. Al caught it with a stone arm, but he dropped the stone arm before it could freeze his body. The ice soldier Subaru came from the side and hit Al, launching Al into Emilia, who readies an ice hammer to strike him down. Al covered himself with earth, and he was then launched away in pain after being struck by the hammer. Al rolled on the floor. Roy says it's game over for him. Al, back against the earth pillar, the same one that Roy was pinned to, his body was creaking and it ached. As time dragged on, it got worse. Emilia was slowly making the temperature of the surrounding area colder. Roy tells Al if he shouts to help me, maybe he will get help from the dragon. Al tells him to shut up, then stops. He looks at the distance through the snow. If the dragon Aldebaran is fighting, that means that the dragon Al is probably coming up with his own plan B, and Al needs to believe in the dragon to win their fight. In other words, the dragon Al probably already set up a plan B, and Aldebaran needs to figure out what that is. Al tells Roy to help him, or else, of course, Roy will die as well. Emilia can't believe what she's hearing. Even after everything, Al's reputation fell even greater in Emilia's eyes. Relying on the Sin Archbishop? Al says he'll use it if necessary. After all, Subaru used an Archbishop power in Wallachia. Emilia says that it's not the same thing. Al says he knows, but he's saying it anyway. He was used to being hated by Emilia. No, that was a lie. In reality, he was never noticed by her in the first place. Emilia shot ice projectiles at them, but Al ripped up the earth like a carpet and swallowed Emilia's attack with an earth tsunami. Roy says he can't do anything, after all, his limbs are broken, and he can't eat people. Al says actually, there is something you can do, and he whispers to Roy. Roy grins, and asks if Al is actually his parent or something, asking how Al knows so much about them. Al says if he was their father, he would be ashamed. Emilia breaks the earthen wall with an ice boomerang, the one that looks like Madeline's from Wallachia. Then Emilia jumps in through the small gap. Al blocks it with an earth glove, and then the ice Subaru hops over, and then Al throws boulders at him. However, this ice Subaru was a lot stronger, and it did nothing to him. The ice soldier Subaru moves towards Roy Alphard. However, the ice soldier Subaru's head is cleaved off by a steel thread which is attached to Al's ring finger. If I'm picking, this one seems like fun, Roy Alphard says. A voice of dark pleasure erupted, and Al, no, the whole world screamed. The scene changed. Al was struck by nausea. He knew the mechanics of the attack, but no matter what, when you are hit, it feels weird. It's an attack on the intangible, the memories. What they felt was rumination. It felt 1,000 times worse. Emilia then dropped her ice spear. Her eyes trembled in shock. She collapsed to her knees. Rumination affects those differently. Something that affects Emilia might not affect Al, and the memory Roy picked significantly affected Emilia. Just like in the sand dunes, both Aldebaran and Dragon Al had the same mind, therefore they planned for a plan B, meaning that the human Al had to assume Dragon Al left a plan B for him to trigger. He just had to figure out the switch, which he figured it out. It was using magic. Al looked up and the switch triggered by Al using his magic on the sky. A giant boulder, almost bigger than the White Whale, cracked and fell down to the royal capital. Each boulder would cause numerous casualties as it fell. As it continued to fall, Emilia's ice barrier shattered around the prison. Emilia stands up, still suffering from the effects. Al says that he's doing this without anyone dying. Emilia calls out to Al, and Al says he believes Emilia will be able to ensure that no one dies and none of the boulders will hit the city. With that, Aldebaran dashes to Roy and grabs him. The ice soldier Subaru on the floor tries to stop him, but Al simply crushes him underfoot. Roy calls Al a bad man, and Al runs away. Emilia screams for Al, telling him not to run, but no attack comes. After all, Emilia is trying to protect the city from being destroyed. If Emilia was selfish, she could stop Al now, but she was simply too kind. Emilia shouts out, "Bring back Subaru! Bring back Beatrice!" Al continues running, never turning back. He uses an earth platform to jump over the wall. Roy says that the lady is crying. This tears Al's heart in two. Al hoped that his partners were safe and sound, waiting for him. The city never came to ruin. The girl had stopped all of the falling boulders from hitting the city. However, Al nor Emilia could be happy. "Ah, delicious," says Roy. He's the only one enjoying this scenario. And with that, the chapter ends. So, amazing chapter. Emilia just got absolutely traumatized by Roy's attack. So we don't really know about this ability, but I'm assuming because Al fought Roy many times, he probably knows that Roy could use this rumination ability. So I wonder what memory Roy picked to traumatize Emilia. Also, the fact that Dragon Al was fighting Wilhelm, but he left a backup plan for the human Al, as if he knew human Al would need help, because of course they're essentially the same person. But yeah, amazing chapter. Poor Emilia, she's like crying as Al's running away. It was so sad.